So we're going to talk about SrimadBhagavatam, the glories, and I will be specifically talking from some of the points that are given by Srila Jiva Goswami in Tattva Sandarbha. Okay. So any knowledge, anything about, we learn. How do we learn? From Guru. Okay, very nice. From books. Okay. Anything, any news or anything that you get to know. How do you get to know? Yeah, through some media, through books, movies, lectures, friends, right? So that way of learning is in Sanskritam it is called. So when we learn anything, we learn through three different ways. One is called Pratyaksha Pramana. What is it called? Pratyaksha Pramana. Pramana means authority. Okay, if somebody says, oh, their Hareli is distributing gold biscuits for free. Initially Matajis or Prabhujis also, everybody will get excited, right? But they will not believe. Can anybody believe Hareli is freely giving? Their new Hareli is coming up and they are distributing gold coins. Even if they are doing it, they will go and double check. Is it really? Maybe there is rolled gold, like that we will doubt. Nobody will do that, right? Unless you feel anything, any such news, if you get to hear, you don't really believe it. You believe it only when you experience something, right? Somebody really gets a gold coin let's say we'll do one gold coin for the first person who knocks on our door. We don't know. One person they'll give. Then that guy will at least believe. And those who see also will believe. Right? So seeing is believing. So we learn things. So in our life, when we learn things, we learn through sensual perception. Pratyaksha. Aksha means eyes. Aksha also in Sanskritam means senses, not just eyes. Somebody says, okay, there is a gulab jamun there, prashadam. After this guy is done with all this so-called theory, let's get into the practical lab of experiencing gulab jamun, right? But only if everybody will tell that gulab jamun is amazing. Nobody will believe unless they see the gulab jamun, take it and experience it. So we experience this world through the dash, fill in the blank. Senses, very good. And we declare, okay, this gulab jamun is nice. This Hareli one gold coin is reality because I got it, or whatever. So this way of understanding anything is called Pratyaksha Praman. I learn and accept things only based on my direct sensual perception. నా యొక్క ఇంద్రియాల ద్వారా ఈ ప్రపంచంలో ఉన్న వాటిని గ్రహించగలిగి నేను దాన్ని ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్ చేయగలిగితే దాన్ని ప్రత్యక్ష ప్రమాణం అని అంటారు. సారీ స్విచింగ్ ఇన్ బిట్వీన్. Okay, everybody understands pratyaksha praman means? So the first way of learning things is called pratyaksha praman. The next way of learning anything, okay, that is pratyaksha praman. The next way of learning anything is called anumana praman. What is it called? Anumana praman. Now anumana praman means through inference. Means I have this much data. How many of you are data scientists or data analysts here? Anybody? Yeah. Some hands are raising. So you have some data based on your experiments or based on whatever you have collected, and you extrapolate. Okay. For example, you have heard train sound. Okay. And you have seen the train, you have been in the train journeys, right? All of us are from India, most of us have done railways travel. So you know what a train sounds like. So suddenly you go to some Mexico, Cancun or whatever, and you hear something very similar. Then you will say, oh, that must be a train sound, right? But as it comes closer, it might turn out to be something else, we don't know. But based on your previous experience, based on the data that you have collected, you will extrapolate and say, okay, that's how these people predict, right? AML, ML is nowadays, a lot of people are predicting, even the so-called generative AI is all about predicting the next. Statistically, you're throwing a probabilistic algorithm there and say the next token is going to be this. Hi my dear, I dash means I love, it will suggest even when you're typing, right? It will say I love, I hate, all those things will come, right? So it's based on what you have, you extrapolate that and then say, okay, it must be this, it must be that. So that is called Anumana Praman. What is it called? Anumana Praman. So Anumana Praman means authority that you will come to a truth based on logic and inference. Pratyaksha Praman is perception. Okay? We'll get to these details later. Then the third way of, now the problem with these two is, there is a problem with these two. What is the problem with Pratyaksha Praman? Anybody guess? Pratyaksha Praman matlab kya hai? Gaining knowledge through senses. What is the problem with that? Huh? Will not. And that is also not that. Limitations are there. Why? Because, let's say law of physics. You take a container, transparent, in the water, you put a stick. The stick appears straight or it appears bent? Bent. But is the stick bent really in reality or no? So our senses are limited and they can be illusioned. You understand? Because for example, I am speaking right now. The sound vibration coming from my mouth, because there is ether, is reflecting and then coming to your eardrum and then you are able to hear. Right? But if I say something, so many times, wife and husband, they are taking, you said like that. No, I didn't say that. No, we will fight. So our senses, they will say something and you will hear something else and there is a huge fight. So we ourselves cannot hear. Forget about normal range only, audible range we can't hear. What to speak of minus 20 decibels. Huh? So that's why majority of the times in Grihastha Ashram, when we fight, we have devised new techniques nowadays. Either we'll fight, we'll go into that room and say things. Because otherwise flying saucers are coming everywhere. Right? I don't know, yesterday morning my wife was almost about to smash a computer. Sony Vaio, right? Whatever it is. So over a period of experience we have learned, like if I have to say something, I'll go say there very confidently. She will not able to hear it all anyway. Right? So Pratyaksha Praman, and I will easily take full advantage of. So like that, I'm just joking. But anyways, the problem with this Pratyaksha Praman is Aksha, the senses are limited. Okay, they are limited. We cannot hear anything beyond below minus 20 decibels. We can't experience anything above certain range. We can't see beyond certain range. Our eyes have limitations. That's why we have now specs, glasses, and all these things. Our ears cannot hear. That's why we have hearing aids. What Rasagulla is too tasty, too sugary for me may not be sugary for somebody else. So perception is different. So the problem, any knowledge that you gain through Pratyaksha Praman can be faulty because the senses themselves are limited. And on top of it, we human beings have these 4 defects. The first one is Brahma. Brahma means not Brahma. Okay? In Sanskrit, Brahma means to be delusioned. The tendency to make mistakes, perceiving a mirage as water. In desert, if you go, you have a mirage. But when you go closer there, Endamaulu, in Telugu, right? But when you go there, there is no water. Brahma. So a human being can be delusioned, right? Pramada means the vulnerability to inattention, distraction. You will hear me for 5 minutes after that. Everybody in there, they'll pull their iPhone. My spiritual master calls these phones as weapons of mass distraction, not mass destruction. So these weapons of mass distractions, and that's why nowadays I'm trying to practice. I'm not yet there. After 7 p.m. throw that away. Because that is, otherwise I am getting thrown. So, and it's disturbing my sleep, right? So throw it away after 7 p.m. And 2 places you have to restrict not to take this. One is bedroom, another one is bathroom. The other day in my office, I saw one guy in the bathroom, not even doing the nature call peacefully. He's arguing there. Like this. Right? So, weapons of mass distraction. So, pramada means the vulnerability for inattention and distraction. The third problem is vipralipsa, the ego-driven desire to deceive others. We actually cheat. Timesheets. On Friday, how many of you are in IT consulting or whatever? You have to fill the 40 hours timesheet. How many hours I work and how many hours I put. Right? One time I went to a movie long back, along with my kids. So when they crossed after 12, it's an adult ticket. So I kind of said, this guy is, we went to buy two adults and one child ticket. Then that guy looked at him, he's very height, right? I said, no, what's his age? He directly asked my son. Then I said, no, he's only 12 years. He immediately in front of him, no, I am 13 years. that guy kind of, so then I had to pay. What I'm trying to say is cheating propensity is there. Even the so-called dharmic people, for $2 or $3 also sometimes, the integrity is very, very crucial. So we have naturally this vipralipsa. Vipralipsa means to be, knowingly or unknowingly, we want to cheat. Intermediate college, 10+2 mein, there will be an experiment in physics lab. You have to exactly measure 9.8, some, gravitational force, there is an experiment. It will never come 9.8. In our labs, equipment is not self-calibrated, nothing. That guy will finally come, 9.7, 7.8, whatever. We cheat. And then we have to get the marks, right? So like that. So that is vipralipsa. Karana patava, the last problem. The physical inherent limitations of the sensory organs. The limitations of this. Our senses are limited. We have cheating propensities. We can be prone to illusion also, right? With all these mistakes, pratyaksha praman, can it give any 100% proper truth? No. This itself cannot do. Anumana praman, you are inferencing on top of this. You don't have a direct proof. Based on the data that you have, based on the Tesla's last 10 years performance, I predict tomorrow, next 60 days, it will go up or down, something like that. How much can you trust? Those who trust, they will, their money is at stake anyway. But you get the point. You cannot trust. So Anumana Praman also is limited. Yes, limited or perfect knowledge? Limited. So these are all the things that Srila Jiva Goswami, one who is the very highly scholared Acharya, has discussed in Tattva Sandarbha. So those things I am bringing here. Then he proposes a third way of learning. It is called Shabda Praman. What is it called? Shabda Praman. Shabda Praman is, so in the first two of these things, now let's see. Pratyaksha Praman is both, Pratyaksha Praman is ascending. Ascending knowledge means you are seeking knowledge. You are trying to learn AI. You are trying to learn data science. It is you are trying to learn swimming or whatever skill. It is called ascending, means I want to learn, and hence you initiate. I will go to so and so's college, I will go to so and so school, I will do PhD, whatever. It is called, it's called ascending knowledge. Okay. Aroha Pantha. Anumana also is a mixture of actually bottom up and it's also from bottom, from you going and trying to seek some knowledge, and then you are proposing something. Okay. But then there is something called Shabda Praman. Shabda Praman is the knowledge that comes from top to bottom. Okay, top to bottom. It is a revelation done directly to the most advanced transcendentalists, rishis. They have acquired this knowledge and they document it and pass it to us. Evam, in SrimadBhagavatam, Krishna says, Evam parampara prapto, evam rajarshe viduhu. This knowledge has to be learned in parampara. Parampara means disciplic succession. Means a guru will teach his son, he is a disciple. The disciple will become eventually a guru, a teacher, and then he will teach it to the disciple like that. Parampara. Okay? Disciplic succession. In that own way, one has to learn spirituality. Not like, any TV channel, bhakti channel, or this channel. You can learn, you can get interest in that. But you properly learn through a teacher who teaches in a disciplic succession. There are different sampradayas you can go to learn. If you want to get a degree, for example, do you go to Stanford only for math, and then MIT you go for some other subject like that? You will do only half of every khichdi. Will any university will give you finally a certificate? Nobody will give, because you put a finger here, you put hand there, you put 1 foot here. You'll get confused also. You go to a proper bona fide school, and then you get the teachings, and then you learn, and then you appear this exam, and then you get a certificate, right? So like that, to learn spirituality also, there are primarily some sampradayas are there. Primarily 4 are there: Shri Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, Kumara Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya. Shri Sampradaya means directly coming from Lakshmi Devi, this knowledge. That is Shabda Praman. Shabda Praman directly coming from Shri Lakshmi Devi herself. That is called Shri Sampradaya. Then Brahma Sampradaya. One knowledge chain is coming directly from Lord Brahmaji himself. Okay. So that is called Brahma Sampradaya. Then what is it? Kumara Sampradaya. There are 4 Kumaras. Sanaka, Sanatana, Sanat Kumar. Those 4 Kumaras. Kumara Sampradaya is more prominent in North India. Shri Sampradaya is very prominent in our South India, especially Telugu people will know. Chinnajir Swamiji, Tirupati, Ramanujacharya. That is called Shri Sampradaya. Okay? Shri Sampradaya, Brahma Sampradaya, Madhvacharya, for example, if anybody is from here, from Karnataka, or Madhvacharya Sampradaya, yeah. So Madhva Sampradaya is coming from Brahma, Lord Brahma himself. Okay, so like that. Then you have Kumara Sampradaya, Rudra Sampradaya, like that. So any of these schools you can go. These are bona fide schools where you can learn about spiritual life. Anyway, that way of understanding is Shabda Praman. The divine message is passed from top to down in the disciplic succession. And that is the most absolute, flawless knowledge. Okay? So that knowledge is now available for us in the form of SrimadBhagavatam. See, Aroha Pantha, Avaroha Pantha, I already discussed, right? Ascending knowledge and descending knowledge. We discussed that. So the Moola Pramana is, the Pramana Chakravarti is SrimadBhagavatam. So as you can see here, this is SrimadBhagavatam. So this has been, the Vedic knowledge has been given to us through the means of Shabda Praman by a person. So the original message of the God is given to Srila Vyasadeva. Vyasa Maharshi. Telugulo manam Vyasa Maharshi antam kadandi. Veda Vyasala varu. So the Veda Vyasa is the one who actually has received this knowledge. And he divided that knowledge into, it's only one Veda, but he divided that into 4 Vedas. And 4 Vedas are, anybody knows the names? Rig Veda, Yajur Veda. Very nice. I think we have a great team here. Seriously, not many people know. You all know very well. Veda comes from the root word called with. It comes from which word? With. With means knowledge, to know. Okay? With means knowledge. Ayurveda means it is about health science. Okay? Dhanurveda means it's a army science, military science, like that. Veda means knowledge. So the original knowledge has been given in these 4 Vedas, Rig, Yajus, Sama, Atharvana. Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Sama Veda, Atharvana Veda. But that same knowledge, again each of these Vedas, they have again subsections. Each section is called, one is called Samhitas, Brahmanas, Aranyakas and Upanishads. Thank you, Prabhu. Upanishads. So where the Vedas end, starts Veda Anta, Vedanta. Okay? Vedas only deal with, Krishna also says in SrimadBhagavatam, Lord Shri Krishna says, I'm going blank today, I don't know why. I think I probably need to eat. Anyway. So, what is it? And that's important shloka too. Yeah, that's a very nice shloka. But there is another, Vedas deal with Traigunya Vishaya Veda, Nistraigunya Bhava Arjuna. Arjuna, Vedas are good, it's a great starting point, but they only deal with the so-called affairs of the life. One has to go beyond. Only in human form of life, in this form of life that we have, we can go beyond. Have you seen 2 dogs coming together and discussing what is the best school I can send my puppy to, Frisco or Prosper, like that? Dogs cannot discuss, right? Humans can discuss. What is the great? Why am I here like this? What is the life meaning is? Why am I put into this situation? My next door guy is happily enjoying, but he doesn't do anything, good things. I do so many good things, but I always incurring losses and all. Why like that? So many questions will come for us. Okay, Bhagavad Gita teaches all that. Anyway, so Srimad Bhagavatam is that. So that Vyasadeva has compiled Vedas and then he gave Vedantas in the form of Upanishads. There are 108 Upanishads. Then after the Upanishads, he gave, for people like us to understand, Puranas and Itihasas. Itihasas are famous ones are Mahabharata and Ramayana. Okay. Puranas are also there. There are 18 Puranas are there. Now, he gave the Vedas, he gave the Itihasas, he has given the Upanishads, he gave Puranas also. Of the 18, he gave all the 17 Puranas. But one day he was still not satisfied. This is where Srimad Bhagavatam opens. Okay? So he is still not satisfied. The one person who has given even Mahabharata also, he is not satisfied. There is sometimes you arrange a nice party, you cook everything, you bring so many people, still there is no satisfaction, right? Why? So Vyasadeva had the same problem. So he also has a teacher. Who is the teacher for Vyasadeva? Narada Muni, yes. And Narada Muni comes by and then Vyasadeva expresses his dissatisfaction. Then Narada Muni uses actually a word, I don't remember the shloka, but it's there in Srimad Bhagavatam. He uses a specific, before that, he gives an analogy. If you want to satisfy a tree, person A goes and pours water to each leaf. Person B goes and pours the water to the root. Who is best?
B.
Person B. You may pour water to each leaf and clean it nicely. Will that nourish the tree? No, because you haven't poured the water at the root. He says, you are dissatisfied because you didn't pour the water at the root. That root is Shri Krishna. You have explained so many Puranas. You said if you do this, you will get that. There is a Mimamsa. Mimamsa is another portions of the Vedas. Karma Mimamsa, Uttara Mimamsa, Purva Mimamsa, all these are there. But long story short, what they deal with is, if you do this yajna, you will get this. You do this vrata, you get this. For example, Satyanarayana vrata karo aap, aapka Tesla stock upar jayega. Or you do this, your son will get H1 visa. Whatever, something like that. You do this puja, you get that. That is called karma mimamsa. In karma mimamsa, for example, that's why the rishis also, the old days, they will do this yajna, that yajna, right? Putrakamyashti yajna was done so that Dasharatha Maharaj can get a nice son, right? So you do ABC, you will get XYZ. Okay? So, my dear Vyasadeva, you have dealt with like a business. You go to Sarana Bhavan, order, give me 2 vada, 1 idli plate. Le lo, ye karo, give the money, you get that. So you're treating like a transaction, Baba, where you have explained unalloyed, unconditional, purest form of loving exchanges between the Supreme Lord and his devotees. You have not done that. And he uses the word jugupsa. What you have in fact actually done in the name of dharma, artha, kama, moksha. Dharma, thoda dharma karo. Kama, with that you will get some benefits. Kama means to satisfy your desires. Artha, obviously in the process you will earn some money. Finally, once you get vexed up, if your Prime is gone, if your Netflix subscription is gone, everything is gone, when you're completely, you can't even see, then you will do some little bit puja thinking that I will go to moksha. This dharma, artha, kama, moksha is going to Sarana Bhavan or what is that hotel? वहाँ पे 4 होटल आ गए, Bharat Bhavan, and saying I want 2 vada, 3 vada. That's all. It's a transaction. Even in Christianity they have this breadwinner. What is a breadwinner? Oh my Lord, give me bread. Bread will fall. So not like that. We cannot deal with the Supreme Lord. It's okay. Please don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that is wrong. You're still asking your father. Whom else will you ask, right? That's okay. But that should not be the only goal. I'll go to Hanuman temple only for my 401k. To tie. So you have some multiple. There is one for spirituality also, for guru also, right? One pillar. There will be less threads for that. Least. Because everybody wants this or that ABC, but not spiritual life. Yeah. So it's okay. There's no criticism. Please continue to worship. Whom else we will worship, right? Otherwise we will worship Chiranjeevi and Rajinikanth. So instead of worshipping them, worship the devotee. The propensity to worship is always there. The propensity to surrender and worship somebody is always there. Because I don't know, I'll go to Sachin Tendulkar. Or I'll go to Amitabh Bachchan. Or Aishwarya Rai, whatever. Right? But when I know whom to worship, in devotee the propensity, that is like pouring water to the dash of the tree. What is that? Root of that. And that root, Narada Muni says, is Krishna. My dear Vyasadeva, go now, meditate and reveal to the world the glories of Shri Krishna. And that came in the form of SrimadBhagavatam. Right? So SrimadBhagavatam is that scripture. SrimadBhagavatam is PuranamAmalam. It is the exquisite, supermost, purest form of spiritual life that you can experience in SrimadBhagavatam. So SrimadBhagavatam starts with the first shloka, Janmadyasya tasyarthvesha abhignaswarat Tene Brahma Hridaya Adikavaye Muhyanti Yat Suraya. Like that. So there are Brahma Sutras are there. I'll quickly summarize that. Sutra means a formula. Sutra means what? Formula. So in good old days, when the teacher teaches to the student, we also got, intermediate and all, chitti laga ke likhte hai na? Not the whole formula, you'll just write only a little bit, so that you remember what the answer is. Cheating propensity. Then you'll write the exam like that. So the sutras are nothing but a formula for the student to remember so that they can understand. So Vyasadeva gave what is called as Brahma Sutras. What is it called? Brahma Sutras are there. But these sutras, one liner has to be explained again. So somebody has to give again explanations. Commentary has to be given. Okay, commentary has to be given. The first sutra of Brahma Sutras is called, anybody knows? Anybody knows first sutra? It is called, please repeat after me. Athato Brahma Jignasa. Remember this, it's easy. Athato Brahma Jignasa. Means, Athato means therefore. If you open a book, suddenly it says therefore directly. Athato Brahma Jignasa. One must, please repeat after me. Therefore one must inquire about absolute truth. Telugulo, I'll tell Telugu. Kavuna మనందరము ఆ బ్రహ్మ పరమ సత్యాన్ని తెలుసుకోవాలి, దాని అర్థం అది. కావున అంటే ఆల్రెడీ భూకోపన్యాన్ని కావున అంటే దాని అర్థం కాబట్టి, మీన్స్ దేర్ ఫోర్. వై మీన్స్ because you already became in human form. Only in human form of life you can understand. Now that you have acquired human form of life, you must inquire about parama satyam. Okay, parama satyam ante emiti? Anni satyalaki moola karanam. Okay, anni satyalaki moola karanam. So athato brahma jignasa is first shloka, first brahma sutra. Second brahma sutra is please repeat after me. Janmadyasya means if you split janmadi plus asya, janmadyasya yataha. The English translation means from whom. Janma plus adi means creation, etc. Like that they say. They won't say all the things. Janma and the creation, sustenance, all that they won't say. And annihilation, right? The three phases. Anything, this bad, created, it will sustain for some days and it will annihilate someday. TV, this body also, same thing. Everything that you are seeing around has creation phase, maintenance phase and sustenance phase, annihilation phase, right? So Janmadya, so from whom everything emanates. Please repeat after me. From whom everything emanates, means from whom everything comes, creation, maintenance and sustenance. That is the only sutra. Now that requires explanation. That explanation is SrimadBhagavatam, 18,000 shlokas. So this is the Brahma Sutra. Who gave Brahma Sutras? Srila Vyasadeva. With respect, in Bengal we call Sri, right? In Bengal they call it Srila, like that. But Srila, Shri is same thing. Okay, Sri Vyasadeva has given Brahma Sutras. Then who gave the commentary on that also? Veda Vyasa Muni. So he gave the sutra, he himself gave a natural, original commentary, and that commentary is SrimadBhagavatam. You now have, after finishing Vedas, Vedantas, all the entire scriptures, after finishing all that also he was dissatisfied. That gap was filled, the final wording after which he has put the pen down. That scripture is SrimadBhagavatam. This is the final, ultimate, revelation of the Vedic scriptures. This is called SrimadBhagavatam. So SrimadBhagavatam opens with that same Brahma Sutras, second Brahma Sutra, which is Janmadyasya, right? So the first shloka, if you open, so can we? So I will request Prabhuji. He is the owner of this home. So if you can open this and please give it to me in the meantime, Prabhuji. Yes, and you can also, Mataji will open the second. Okay, I will let you do that. So Janmadyasya yataha means from whom everything emanates, and the first shloka is Janmadyasya tu anvayad tartaschartvesha bhigna swarat tene brahma hrida ya adikavahe muhyanti yat surya. Now that discussion of that first shloka will take 3 hours for me to explain. So I will not go into that, and don't worry, I don't want to become a blocker between us and the prasadam that is waiting for us. Okay, so I will not do that, but this, thank you Prabhuji. Gayatri mantra, this is same as Gayatri mantra. So if you see here, SrimadBhagavatam, the first shloka is that. Okay, then I'll go to this just quickly. The SrimadBhagavatam says, Dharma projita kaitavotra nirmatsara paramo nirmatsaranam satam vedyam vastavam atra vastu shivadam tapatrayon mulan. SrimadBhagavate mahamune krite kim vapare ishvara sajya hridaya avarujyate atra kritibhi shushrushbhi tat kshanat. Okay, so rejecting all kinds of dharmas, this SrimadBhagavatam establishes the parodharma, supreme dharma, which is Parodharmo yatho bhaktir adhokshaje ahaituki apratihata yayatma suprasidati, which means doing, pursuing with love Krishna for two things, with two things on. What is it? Ahaituki. Ahaituki means, hetu means for reason. If I come and, let's say example, I'll come to home and I'll say, my wife, my dear wife, I love you so much only on Monday evening, Tuesday evening, and that's all. Weekly 2 days I will love you, and rest of the time I don't know who you are. Is that kind of a love? And the second thing I'll say, only if you cook palakura papu, then only I will love you. Otherwise I will not love. Palakka dal. Is that a love? Hetu means, only if you cook this, only if you do that, only if you give me, then I will worship you. Hanumanji, I will do it only if you give me green card. Is that love? Not. So you understand, right? Then only on Hanumanji will worship on what? Tuesdays, huh? Generally. Tuesdays, right? Yeah, Mangalwar. Only on Tuesday, Hanumanji, I will salute you. Rest of the time, I have to salute others. Not like that, right? That is not love. Love means ahaituki, no reason, no hetu. Apratihata. Apratihata means unconditional. My Lord, I will love you no matter what.
Without interruption.
Without any interruption, without any conditions. Unconditionally, unmotivated. Repeat after me. Unconditionally, unmotivational. Srimad Bhagavatam established that parodharma. Srimad Bhagavatam only actually establishes that purest form of Shuddha Bhakti. It's called Shuddha Bhakti. What is it called? Shuddha. Shuddha Bhakti means, you can translate Bhakti. Generally, what do we translate Bhakti as? Devotion, not devotion. Srila Prabhupada, the one who is given this, he translated Bhakti as devotional service. Bhakti Yuta Seva. Please repeat after me. Bhakti Yuta Seva. Same thing, same example. I will tell my wife, I love you so much, my dear, and I will not lift even a single spoon. What kind of love is that? Oh, I love you so much. That's it. No action, nothing. What is your love? Right? I will not bring anything, I will not do anything. Love translates into action. Seva. You are loving your children, and are you not doing all things for them? In the middle of the night, is mom not getting up? 2 a.m. also she is getting up, taking care of the kid. 5 a.m. the father is getting up and taking in the cold bus to go to New York, all the way from New Jersey to New York, work and bring the paycheck, and then feeding the kid and the family. Everybody is doing in their parts, right? Why? Because that is called Bhakti Yuta Seva. Bhakti is nothing but love. Bhakti is equal to love, that's all. This is Prema Bhakti. Bhakti Yuta Seva means when you love Krishna and do service to please Krishna, that is called Bhakti. That is what this will explain. So, okay, I'll stop here in the interest of time. So, what we are going to do is, any questions before we go? Next. Any questions? You can ask any questions. If you like it or you didn't like it, it made sense, didn't make sense. You can ask any questions. This is a very open forum. Every week, Friday, we all come together like this. And please, I request you all to kindly join the satsang program every Friday. We can also have this home is such a blessed home because Lord Shri Krishna came directly. And we have chanted the holy names in this. Such a great auspiciousness. This is called, we all did Kirtan, right? This is called Samkirtan. What is it called? Samkirtan means Samyak iti Kirtan. Means when all people come together and chant and glorify, that is called Samkirtan. And Samkirtan is the most prescribed duty for this Kali Yuga. Yagnair, please repeat after me. Yagnair, Sankirtanair, Prayer, Yajantihi, Sumedhasa. This is given in 11th canto, means 11th skanda in Srimad Bhagavatam. Whatever I just said is there in 11th canto. I am not advertising, or this is for some kind of hidden agenda. Money, nothing. No money, nothing. You don't even have to buy these books to have satsang at your home. Simply come and we can do nice Sankirtan. Yagnair Sankirtanair prayer means, if you want to do any yagna in your home, you have to look for the correct muhurta. Now, then you have to look for a nice priest who is not just squeezing money but actually nice minded, right? Then you have to bring paraphernalia, you have to buy so many things, so much of hangama you have to do any yajna. But in Kali Yuga you can do a yajna called Sankirtana yajna. This is a free yajna. When we chanted and sang nicely, all of us call and response, right? I sang and you all nicely reciprocated. How many of you liked that? Raise your hand. I liked it. That's how I came to satsang programs. So that is called, and we all did together, yes? That is called Sankirtan Yajna. Yajner Sankirtaner Prayar Yajantihi means this process will be taken. Su Medhasa, only by those people who are Su means very nicely Medhasa. Most intelligent people take this. Not some, Tom, Dick and Harry, on the streets. The most intelligent people of Kali Yuga, because we want to become Saragrahi. Saragrahi means what? You take the essence. When you go to Costco, you have this, what is that? Not sample. वो जो cream जो मिलता है ना? Condensed milk, yes. Condensed milk मतलब क्या है? एक condensed milk ये इतना, what is the size of half gallon? What they sell? 250 grams, or 7 ounces. 7 ounces. 7 ounces, to create that 7 ounces, how much milk you have to put? 4 gallons. So you can drink 4 gallons if your pet can take, or you can take the essence. Nowadays they have this also. What is that? Pure squeezed? Some oils they are giving, right? Essential oils. Yes. What is essential oil? It is the essence. We want to become Saragrahi. I don't have time. I don't have patience to go through all these things. So we want to become Saragrahi. A Saragrahi means one who is supremely intelligent, who wants to take the essence. Saragrahi will, the most, Yajner Sankirtaner Prayer Yajantihi Sumedhasa. This process will be taken by those who are most intelligent, most intelligent, and one who is seeking the essence. Right? So I request you all, you don't need to even buy the books or anything. If you want to have this nice satsang programs at your place, we will not, there is nothing like if you are thinking there is money and all. Anybody, did we ever talk about money in the last 15 years? No money, nothing. This is a way of sharing love. That's when we talk about Yatra Gayanti Mat. Once Narada Muni asked the address, my dear Lord, where do you live? Naham Tishtati Vaikunthe. My address is not Vaikuntha. Na Yogi Hridayeshuva. Nor in the hearts of the yogis also I don't live. Yatra Gayanti Mat Bhaktya Tatra Tishtami Narada. Narada, my address is wherever my devotees come together and do Sankirtan. So today Prabhuji has invited Lord Shri Krishna directly into his life and into his home in the form of Srimad Bhagavatam, and he has invited the Lord even more with heart, both Prabhuji and Mataji, by singing, by having the Sankirtan program. Rarest possibility actually, it is not, if you are thinking, hey, this is just some arrangement, no, unless each and every one of you are chosen by the Lord, you will not happen. Somebody was saying, unknowingly we got books. Somebody was, one Mataji was saying, yes, see, because the Lord has decided to come to into your heart, into your home. The Lord decides he will come, right? So you are so blessed. Like that today, Prabhuji, Kiran Prabhuji, right? Kiran Prabhuji and Mataji are so blessed today to have, Lord Shri Krishna directly in their home. So how do we serve now that this Lord is there? Every day, Nityam Bhagavata Seva. Every day, even you read one page, no time, one paragraph, no time, 1 or 2 sentences at least. Touch and see and read. That is how you serve Nityam. So there are 2 kinds of sevas. Bhagavat Seva means there is a book Bhagavatam, then there is a person Bhagavatam also. Book Bhagavatam means this book. Person Bhagavatam means who lives by the principles of this book. So you can serve either a sadhu who is a person Bhagavatam, or you can serve book Bhagavatam by reading every day. And the beauty of this is, nowhere in the world you will see Sanskritam as is Devanagari script. And Srila Prabhupada actually devised a system of how to read. If somebody doesn't know Hindi, how, somebody from America, if they want to read, they can't read Sanskritam, right? So they developed a system. If you go in the back, you will understand the system. It's very easy. Anybody can read the same Sanskritam shloka in English also. Naimishe nimishe kshetre rishayas saunakadayah Satram Swargaya Lokaya Sahasrasamam Asata. I didn't read Hindi, I read in English here. Then what he did transliteration. Every single word he translated. Naimishe, in the forest known as Naimisharanya. Animishe Kshetre. You will also understand Sanskritam. Naimishe, Nimishe, right? Then he is splitting. Animishe Kshetre, like that. Each word he translated. That's transliteration. Then he gave the translation. Then he gave purport. So you can pass this book so that everybody will get a chance to see also. Okay. So that's how the book is. It's a beautiful book. You know, Harry Potter, Gary Potter, they are reading, our kids. They can also encourage them to read. They are reading Harry Potter. Why don't they become Hariputtar? They can read Hari stories and become Hariputtar, son of Lord Hari. Right? So we encourage you to invite this book. Even if you are not ready to encourage, no problem, nothing like that. We can have nice satsang programs, have kirtan also at your place. Okay? Like that. I'll stop here. So what I would request is, Mataji, if you can open the second book. Yeah, please. No problem. Where is the second canto? Yeah, I think so, Mataji. You can open that. Yeah.
Second.
Yeah. If you can give it to me, Mataji. What I will request you, your husband and yourself, I will open one shloka. Actually, the first shloka also. So this translation is there, right? Only the translation, okay? You let your husband read that, and then the second one you read it. Probably you can hold it for her. Yeah, you can hold it for him. Just the translation. In English. Yeah.
Shri Shukadeva Goswami said, My dear king, your question is glorious because it's very beneficial to all kind of people. The answer to this question is the prime subject matter for hearing, and it is approved by all transcendentalists.
Wow, beautiful, very nice. Look, can you read Mataji second one? Second translation.
Those people who are materially engrossed, being blind to the knowledge of ultimate truth, have many subjects matters of hearing in human society.
That's all? Okay. So you see the Sukadeva Goswami and they are discussing. In the first whole canto, the rishis asked the question and he is saying, Sukha Maharshi is saying, this is the prime subject matter of interest for everybody. So what you have asked, my dear sages, to me is the best thing that you have. Otherwise, people will inquire about so many things. What is Iran war is going on, that thing is going on, this is going on. But Sukha Maharshi is saying, this is the prime subject. What did you read, Mataji? The second translation you said, right? This is the prime subject for the humanity, the best welfare. Sukadeva Maharshi is guaranteeing. When these rishis come together, they are not talking about what is in my benefit. How do you benefit? What is going on, man? Like that. No. They were thinking about all of us. What is the ultimate benefit that we can give to the humanity? That was the question. That is the subject matter. And he says, because you have asked about the subject matter and the questions that he asked, there are 6 questions that he asked. The sages of Naimisharanya, there is a forest called Naimisharanya. The sages ask how many questions? 6 questions. The answer to those 6 questions is this 18,000 shlokas by Sukha Maharshi. Okay, so please, I request you all. It is freely available also at Veda Base. Write it down. Veda Base, like database. Everybody know. VedaBase.io. Happily, you can read it in your browsers. You can read it in your weapons of mass distraction also. Then it will become weapons of mass deliverance. The same thing we can use to attain Krishna Prema also. Moksha can be attained through same means. Through the same relationships we can attain moksha. Generally we think that spirituality means, now you can sit, Mataji, sorry. I'm done here. Yeah, generally we think spirituality means, this, yeah, you can keep it there. It is meant for all old people, or my husband will relinquish everything and go away. Not like that. Spirituality, when Arjuna heard the whole Bhagavad Gita, did he become a jungle man? Left everything? Bhagavad Gita teaches, spirituality teaches most dynamism. You will do with more, strength, because spirituality is like that. So don't worry. One of the biggest misconceptions is to coming to spirituality means I have to give up everything. You don't have to give up anything. You just add Krishna. You don't have to give up anything. You just simply add dash, fill in the blank. And the best way to do that is chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So with that, now we will do some light kirtan, and each and every one of you will come and offer the flowers at SrimadBhagavatam. When you are doing this, you are directly doing it to Krishna. So in your heart, simply pray to Krishna, my Lord, one day please give me a qualification to be able to read SrimadBhagavatam in this human form of life someday. But please bless me so that I read SrimadBhagavatam. Okay, with that, you please offer your, if you don't want to say that also, whatever wish you have, simply pray and offer the flowers here. Okay. So you can, let's start with the owner of the home is Prabhuji only. So you first offer the flowers. Yes. And then the others can also offer. After Mataji is done, you can offer.